Good day once again to everyone. So we are now in our English 6 Quarter 1 Module 3 which has a title of Connecting Lives. But before that, kumusta ang pagsagot nyo sa inyong mga modules? So thank you so much for patronizing our YouTube channel. So we will be promising you to upload more videos to come so that you will be learning in the self-learning modules of the Department of Education. So tara na, pasukin na natin ang Module 3 ng English Grade 6, Connecting Lives. Before proceeding to our topic this morning, I would like to give due credits to the people behind the development of the module, particularly the Department of Education, headed by our Secretary, Madam Leonor Magtolis Briones, together with the Undersecretary, Mr. Diosdado M. San Antonio, and to the writer, Ana Marie Esperida Vellano, to the editors, to the reviewers, to the illustrator, to the layout artist, as well as the management team in creating and crafting this English module for everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. So our lesson for lesson 3 is entitled Making Connections. So pag sinabi nating making connections, we will be able to make some connections with other people. So look at the picture and the statement. This news is similar from what I have viewed in the television. So may dalawang nag-uusap na mga bata at nasabi nila na ang balitang ito ay pareho sa mga natingnan ko sa television. So with that, they are making connections with what they saw on television and what they read in the newspaper or some reading material. So sa lesson natin ito ay pag-aaralan natin how you are going to make connections. But before we're going to proceed to our topic this day, we will be going to answer first the what's in. So, in your module, makikita natin ang what's in topic dyan na ating sasagutan. So, the direction is identify what tense of verb is used in the sentence. So, in every sentences, meron tayong makikita na verb. And then, we will be going to distinguish if what tense of verb is being used in the sentence, be it in the present tense, past tense, or future tense. Number 1. Mario planted some vegetables in their backyard yesterday. Number 2. I will write a short poem about the COVID-19 tonight. Number 3. She sings sweetly in our class presentation today. Number 4. My friend talked softly in our conversation last Sunday. Number 5. Mr. Santos will prepare her modules for his pupils. Or Mr. Santos will prepare his modules for his pupils. Again, you have to look for the verb in every sentences and try to see if what tense of verb is used in that verb in the sentence. So, hanapin nyo whether if it is present tense, past tense, or future tense. Okay, under what's new, we will be learning new lessons. So, in your daily routine, you make connections in everything and in anything. So, sa everyday na natin na pamumuhay dito sa mundo, ay gumagawa tayo ng mga koneksyon sa lahat ng bagay na makikita natin sa mundong ito. So, let's try to read the short poem below. Make connections. I read and I connect it to my life. I read and I connect it to what I read. I read and I connect it to the world. I learn when I connect. I enjoy when I connect. Life is to make connections. Now, when you view or read something, do you make connections? So habang nagbabasa tayo or may tinitingnan tayo, gumagawa ba tayo ng connections? Yes, as you read, you may relate it to your own life experiences. Meron tayong nababasa sa mga aklat na pag nabasa natin ito ay sasabihin natin, ay, relate ito sa buhay ko. To the book that you have read before and even to the happenings in the world. Masasabi mo na, okay, nakita ko na to sa mga unang mga aklat na nabasa ko, ito, nangyayari na talaga ang nangyayari sa mga lugar sa buong mundo. So, you are making connection of what you have been reading or what you have been seeing in some movies or in some videos that you are seeing or you are watching. Okay, let us remember that the brain is wired to connect new information with the old knowledge that is in our brain. So, ang ating daw brain ay parang may wire siya na nako-connect niya yung lahat ng information mula noon hanggang ngayon. Take all of your life experiences, even those outside of the classroom. You ask yourself, am I bringing meaning to the words to help me read better? You make connections with a book, with an article. You're also making connection with picture, with movie that you have read or viewed. Making connection is a strategy that can assist you in making meaning from a text. You can make connections between, okay, ito na yung mga pwede mong gawan ng connection. First, text and self. Yung mga nababasa mo, i-connect mo sa sarili mo. Text and text. Yung mga nababasa mo ay i-connect mo sa mga unang nabasa mo na. Next, text and world. Yung mga nababasa mo ay i-connect mo ngayon kung ano ang nasa buong mundo. That is making connections. Now, what is really making connections? It is a strategy that can assist you in making meaning from a text, something you have seen on TV, about how the information you are reading connects to other familiar texts and the world works that goes far beyond your own personal experiences. So when we say making connection, take note that it is a strategy. Ito siyang estratehiya or isa siyang way para ma-assist ka para magawan mo ng meaning yung mga nababasa mo, yung mga napapanood mo sa TV, sa iba't ibang information, upang ma-connect mo ito sa mga personal experiences mo. You can connect your background knowledge to the text you are viewing. You can comprehend better when you actively think about and apply your knowledge of the book's topic, your experiences, and world around you. It is simply making connection is the application of what you have read based on the meaning that it gives you. Okay, now, there are several ways on how to make connections. In our topic, meron tayong tatlo. Let's go first to the first one, the text-to-text connection. What is it? Text-to-text is a connection between texts. Sometimes when reading, readers are reminded of other things that they have read, other books or the same author, stories from a similar genre, or perhaps on the same topic. These types of connection are text-to-text connection. So ito na, when you are trying to make connection through text-to-text, ibig sabihin, nire-relate mo yung nabasa mo sa mga nauna mo pang nabasa. These types of connection are text-to-text. Readers gain insight during reading by thinking about how the information they are reading connects to the familiar text. This character has the same problem that I read about in a story last year would be an example of a text-to-text connection. So masasabi mo, itong nabasa ko para itong problema ng libro na nabasa ko noon. So, ibig sabihin, you are relating kung ano ang nababasa mo ngayon sa kung ano ang nabasa mo noon. That is a plain example of a text-to-text connection. Example, the ending of this story is the same from the story I read before. So, ibig sabihin, ang ending ng story na to kay pareha nung ending nung nabasa ko na kahapon or nung mga nakaraang araw. So, you are making connection on what you have read today sa mga nabasa mo nung mga nakalipas na araw. This is an example of a text-to-text because there is connection from the text of the two stories. Now, let's proceed to the second type of making connection, that is text to self. Text to self connection are highly personal connections that a reader makes between a piece of reading material and the reader's own experiences of life. So, ito na. May nabasa ka. Ngayon, nire-relate mo siya sa nangyari sa buhay mo. That is an example of a text to self making connections. Example of a text-to-self connection might be, ito na, this story reminds me of a vacation we took to my grandfather's farm. Ang story na nabasa ko ngayon ay parang itong vacation na nangyari nung pumunta kami sa farm ng lolo ko. That is an example of a text-to-self connection. Another, I remember my high school days as I read this story, as I read this story. So, ibig sabihin, hala, nung nabasa ko itong story na to, no, kay parang naalala ko tuloy yung high school days ko. So, you are relating, you are making connection to what you have read sa mga nangyayari sa buhay mo or nangyari sa past ng buhay mo. So that is an example of a text to self because there is connection between the text and to your own experience. Simple as that. When we say text to self connection, merong connection ang text na nabasa mo sa nangyayari or pangyayari sa buhay mo. Okay, so the third part is text to world. So text to world connections are the larger connections with that a reader brings to a reading situation. We all have ideas about how the world works that goes far beyond our own personal experiences. We learn about things through televisions, movies, magazines, and newspapers. So often it is the text to world connection that teachers are trying to enhance when they teach lessons in science, social studies, and literature. An example of a text-to-world is, I saw a program on television that talked about things described in this article. So, ibig sabihin, mas pinalawak ang connection kung gagamitin mo ang text-to-world connection. Another example, she read from the news that there is an increased number of individuals tested positive for COVID-19. So it is simple na pag sinabi nating text to world, ay nire-relate mo kung ano ang kasalukuyang nangyayari sa buong mundo based sa nabasa mo. That is text to world connections from your own personal experience. So, ang gagamitin natin ngayon ay ang yung sariling experience. If you can recall anything as you view, right eye connect. But if you cannot recall, right eye cannot connect. So, ngayon, may ipapakita akong series of pictures. Pag meron kang experience na nakabasa ka na niyan before, you can write the answer as I connect. Pag hindi mo naman ma-recall na nabasa mo na ito before, isusulat mo na ang I cannot connect. Now, this is picture number 1. Okay, now, this is picture number 2. Okay, let's move on to picture number 3. And now, meron diyang picture number 4. And finally, you can see picture number 5. Again, uulitin ko, isulat nyo ang I connect kung meron kayong karanasan na mare-recall nyo na kapareha sa tinitingnan natin ngayon at kung wala naman kayong karanasan or or you cannot recall anything na nangyari ito sa inyo, simply write, I cannot connect. Now, let us review what you have learned. So let us process what you have learned. So there are strategies in making connections. So there are three ways and strategies on how we are going to make connection. Number one, write your answer. Blank is a connection between text. Sometimes when reading, readers are reminded of other things that they have read, other books by the same author, stories from a similar genre, or perhaps on the same topic. Next, blank is a connection that are the larger connections that a reader brings to a reading situation. We all have ideas about how the world works that goes far beyond our own personal experiences. We learn about things through television, movies, magazines, and newspapers. And finally, the third one, blank is a connections that are highly personal connections that a reader makes between a piece of reading material and the reader's own experiences of life. Write your answers now. Okay, so I will be going to read a story. You can also find it in your module. Read the story and make connections as you fill in the chart below. So after natin basahin ng story, meron tayong chart na i-fill in. So I will be going to read now. Boy, the Balut Vendor. Story by Ana Marie E. Velano. There was once a poor family lived in a slum area in Iloilo City. The father is a balut vendor and the mother is a housewife. One day, the father got sick and boy, being the eldest of seven siblings, had to do the task of his father. Boy started selling balut every after school in the nearby barangays. Boy usually got home late and very tired, but he never missed school. Teacher Anna, Boy's advisor, got pity of him and she started giving Boy some foods and some penny. After a year of struggles and hardships, Boy successfully graduated in elementary. His family is very proud and thankful to him. Boy continued to sell balut as he continued high school and he still got support from his teachers because of his good values and attitudes. Now, this is the chart na kailangan nating i-fill in. So, making connection, ang una nating connection is text to self connection. Write the name, write the book or the text, and write the author. After reading the story, write about how the story is similar or different from your own life by using the questions in the chart. So, merong mga tanong sa chart, sa susunod nating chart na sasagutan nyo. Okay. You will be going to relate now the story to your own life. Sa left side, dyan natin isusulat kung ano ang nangyari sa story. On the right side, dyan natin isusulat kung ano ang nangyari sa iyong buhay. So, in my life. Question number 1. What does this remind me of my life? Okay, paano mo na-recall ang nangyari sa buhay mo? Kapareho ba na nangyari sa buhay ni Boy? Write your answer. Next, what is this similar to in my life? So, ano ang pagkakapareho sa naganap sa buhay mo? And how is this different from my life? Or iba ba yung story ni Boy sa naging storya ng buhay mo? You have to write your own answer. Now, for the next activity, you have to identify in the if the lines from the different short stories and clips form the news is text to self, text to text, or text to world. Number 1. The couple had a son named Bayabas whose task was to take good care of their 3 fat carabaos. Number 2. Once there was a boy who was so lazy, and his name was Juan Tamad. Number 3. Iloilo took its name from Irong Irong, the old name of the city of Iloilo, a tongue of land that sticks out like a nose on the south of Iloilo River. Number 4. The world was confronted with several pandemics before. This is the first caused by a coronavirus. And number 5, barangay officials strictly prohibit residents to go out from their homes during enhanced community quarantine. Again, titingnan natin yung mga linya if it is text to self, text to text, or text to world connections. Ready? Answer. And for your additional activities, you have to enjoy recalling the news clips, articles, stories, and poems you have read. Then you can fill in the chart, have fun in making connections. Okay, titingnan nyo ngayon yung mga, i-recall natin ngayon yung mga napanood nyo ng mga news clips, mga articles, mga stories, or even poems na nabasa ninyo. At i-relate nyo ito ngayon para maggawa kayo ng connection. So ito na, connect each section below. When I read, so habang bumabasa ako, ito yung nasa mind ko. Next, it made me think of. Naisip ko tuloy. O, ano yung naisip mo? And the third one, this is a text-to-self connection, text-to-book connection, or text-to-world connection. So mag-isip kayo ng tatlo na nabasa nyo, nakita nyo, or napanood nyo, and then gawa kayo ng sarili nyong connection. Thank you so much. Natapos na ulit ang ating vlog. Once again, continue to patronize the YouTube channel Allan Madino. Don't forget to subscribe and like and also the notification bell para pa sa ibang mga video. Maraming salamat at God bless you all, masters. This has been Sir Allan Madino. Thank you so much for supporting my YouTube channel.